understand the reason why this what you just said is actually very emotional to me. Very much related to my story.
Tell me.
I attended school in Takade, which is the same school. Yeah, I attended school in Takade, which is the same school that Isabel was in. Now, it's called St. Peter's International School. Now, this school is one of the top-notch schools in Takade, and it's actually very expensive when it comes to the school fees and other stuff like that. Yeah, it's very expensive. So when my mom decided to take my little sister and I to the school, we had family members and then her friends saying that, Agnes, you shouldn't take your child to this school. It's too expensive. There's no need. I mean, they were saying like it's the same classroom that people are inside. I say, take him to the government school. It's the same thing. Take them from the school. It's a government school and then private school. There's no difference. I know you can understand. I can't even speak well. Very emotional because we were actually facing financial problems and making that decision was very difficult, both for my mom and for myself, because I like to take responsibility of the needs of the house. And I don't want to talk much. I have a background that always makes me emotional, especially when it comes to the story of my dad and everything. My mom is this empowered woman who was like, I know what I'm doing and I know where I'm taking my children. And she was always telling me that, okay, I want you to get the connections. I want you to meet people who can help you in the future. So that is why I'm doing my all and putting in my strength to send you to the school. And I want you to make me proud. That's what my mom told me. I want you to make me proud. But she doesn't do this job that pays thousands of cedis a month. She doesn't do this job that pays 2,000 cedis a month. But she does everything she can to make sure that she's paying the fees alone as a single mother. She's paying the fees. She is giving me everything that I want in order to go forward. So this is very important to parents, that you should know where you're taking your children and you should know the reason why you're taking them. I wouldn't have been able to do that. I'm not sure I would have even been able to speak the English I'm speaking right now. I'm not sure I would have been able to make the connections and learn some of the things that I didn't know. So it's very important where you take your children. It's very important where you take your children. I'll use this platform to thank my mom like for everything she's done for me. Like serious, like thank you so much, mommy, for every single thing. Like I don't know. I really love you. Like I want to cry. I don't know. If I start talking about my mom, I won't even finish. But I really love her for what she's done for me. I really love it. And then sometimes I feel the pain that she's feeling. Sometimes I want to tell her that, mommy, it's not important. Don't do it. But she's like, wait, it's for you. Like, I want to build a future for you. If I'm not there one day, I want to look up from heaven. I want to look down from heaven and be proud of you. I want to look down from heaven and be proud that this is where I've been able to put my children. So she's investing her all, fighting her all. Like, there was one she had a serious accident because she was trying to provide for the school fees. So it's very, very important where you decide to take your children. And then she's like, I'm not going to buy kente. I'm not going to go to those weddings. I'm not going to dress in those big clothes just to impress people. What I need right now is my children. They are my friends. They are my family. They are my everything. So the money I use to buy kente is what I used to pay my children's school fees. Thank you so much, mommy, like for everything you've done for me. Like, God bless you.
Amazing. God bless you. Your mom is like my mom. You know, even today, I can afford to buy my mom some cloth. I can buy my mom nice things. When I buy nice things for my mom and you go back to my mom's house, it will still be folded in boxes because the whole concept of changing her clothes regularly, she never learned how to do that. The concept of doing nice things for herself is so foreign to my mom. It is so alien to my mom. The reason being, like you, my mom, well, my family background is funny. They were comfortable, and then the coup happened, and they lost everything. And so after the coup happened and they lost everything, she was a very poor woman. But she was absolutely determined to make sure that the coup did not affect my life chances and my sister's life chances. She just wanted to make sure that the kind of schools we would have attended without the coup were still the kind of schools we attended. And she always used to talk about connections and associations. When I was a kid, It made no sense to me. But now, when I pick a phone call to speak to a friend of mine, they can connect you to the whole world. I would text a friend about wanting to do something, and it will happen so effortlessly. People say to me, but how did you get it done? It's the connections I made in school. It's the friendships I formed in school. It is the path that I ended up in youth development programs, which is what facilitates a lot of the things which are available to me at the moment. Isabel, you disappeared for a bit. You mentioned the fact that you were classmates with Obed, and I was explaining to parents why it is so important for parents to make sure that the connections and associations they make for their children are the right ones. The power of association. Have you actually got anything to add on to what Obed and I were saying? You were nodding.
Okay. Um. Well, Obed and I were newcomers in our old school, and when I was moving to that school, I was like, why are you even sending me there? Like, I am good where I am. My parents were like, no, we want the best for you, so go here. I was like, okay, let me give it a try. It was a new environment, everything was new, and Ubed was one of the new friends that I made, and like he really helped me a lot in a lot of things. Like I work in VHS, it was really fun, really emotional and everything. And when we were completing, I was like, so I'm going to lose all these new friends that I made. And then he's like, no, we can still be friends after JHS. And this whole UTM thing came about, and this is going to be a lifetime thing. So the associations you made in your old, like years back, will be with you till. Mhm.
You know what is interesting for me? I don't know about the rest of you, but watch Obed's face, and the smile on his face is a young man who's found fulfillment. And unfortunately, that smile, a lot of you my age still don't have it on your faces because you've not found fulfillment. You've not found your calling. When you find your niche, when you find your calling, when you are working in tandem with your destiny, there is this innate happiness you have. You can't stop smiling. It doesn't really matter how difficult your circumstances are on the surface. That particular thing gives you that comfort. And I'm just looking at his face, and it's the first thing. I've only recently found that kind of fulfillment in my life. So I recognize that kind of smile on his face. And I am so jealous of him because I wished I found it at 16. I really wish. If I found it at 16, I'd have been a very happy person. I'd have been a much happier person growing up. Life's journey would have been less harsh. Let's have a look. Obed, what makes you
What makes me smile? Okay.
say
Okay,
that smile?
smiling. Isabel knows the history of my smiling. Okay, so Isabel knows the history of me smiling and me laughing. Okay, so every one of my classmates know I love smiling very much. I'm a very I'm always happy, like every time. Like I'm always happy. The reason why I'm happy every time isn't because I'm wealthy or isn't because I have money or PS5 or anything of that sort. The reason why I'm smiling every time is when I'm able to give back, okay? When I'm able to give back my knowledge, when I'm able to give back the things I have, when I'm able to give back the things I have in me, like fully, it just makes me happy. When I'm sharing with someone my story, giving back to the community when it comes to volunteering, when it comes to teaching. I mean, when I finished JHS, I went to, I was in the house and I went to a public school just to assist the teachers teach the young people there. And it's just something that made me happy every time when I'm helping someone, when I'm bringing people together, when I am educating people, it just makes me happy. So I wouldn't say if you come to our meetings, but when you come to the VOTM meetings, which we have every Saturday before the lockdown, there are times I would cook for my friends and then I'll cook in the house and then take it to the meeting just to make everyone happy. So when I'm making people happy, it automatically makes me happy. When I'm smiling, I feel it makes other people happy and welcome as well. Because there were times in my life that I wanted the happiness that I have right now. And when I actually found out that happiness is found in helping other people, I was like, then I'm going to be fine. I'm going to always put a smile on my face. I'm going to laugh no matter the situation. Like if you come to my class, you wouldn't say Obed has a problem. Because I'm always laughing, I'm always smiling. When I'm walking, I'm laughing, I'm smiling. Because it welcomes people. It makes people feel good. Like, hello, how are you? You look beautiful this morning. And then it just makes people happy. Like I would tell the girls in my class, you're beautiful, and people wouldn't understand. But I don't know, like doing good for people actually welcomes them. It changes a lot. Like I'm a person who really believes in love, and yeah, believes in love so much. Like loving other people, helping other people, equality, no matter the religion, no matter your background, no matter someone knows. Like yeah, I welcome everyone with a smile and laughter, no matter what. Even if you're insulting me, that's my mom says. So sometimes she'll be blasting me, and then so angry, but I'll be laughing, and that actually calms her down usually. So smiling is very important. To always have a smile on your face.
Amazing. I hope those of you, there's a little bit of feedback on Obed's device, but you have to bear with me, okay? You can hear him enough, so we work with that one, okay? Oh, no, don't move. Don't worry about it. We can hear enough. It's okay. It's okay. It's a little bit of a feedback, but it's not a disastrous thing, and we can definitely live with that. Isabel, let me ask. Oh, just when I was asking. Right, she'll be back. Yes, let's get talking. I've seen your comments. Can you please WhatsApp me? Let me put the WhatsApp number on the screen. WhatsApp me. I am back on WhatsApp eventually. There was a little bit of an issue with WhatsApp, but I've managed to restore. So get yourself in my inbox on WhatsApp, and I'll send you the link, and you can definitely come, and you can contribute, because I can see you are galvanized. I am so happy that a lot of you are here. I am delighted that these young people can take some of you to school, because they are taking me to school as well. That they hold you something, that they make you see what can be done for the young people with a little bit of goodwill from parents. Yes, his smile is contagious. It really is healthy for everybody. But Isabel is back. Welcome, dear. I was asking you, I've seen Obed's smile, and I have seen the look. For Isabel, it's not the smile on her face, it's the look in her eyes. You see that shine to the eye. Yeah, there is that. I know something little the rest of the people don't know. Isabel, what explains that shine?
Okay, so I think Owen knows that in JHS, I'll just be sitting down with my normal face thinking about something. This mom will be like, Isabel, what are you thinking about? I'm like, nothing, I'm just sitting. She's like, why are you so happy? I'm not happy, but people always see me. She's like, this girl, she likes smiling so much. She's always somewhere in her mind. I'm like, no, I'm just who I am. And that's how, I don't know, that's just how I am. I can't sit down and frown or just be sitting. I'm like, I don't know. Even if I'm in a really pensive mood, I can't frown my face. I just have to sit down and be looking. Like it's just a part of me. And I don't know I don't know how to explain that, but that's just how I am.
No, you're a lucky girl. She's a young girl who's found herself. And it's the same thing with Obed. Hi, Obed.
Hi.
Oh, it's much better this time. Great. I'm glad that happened and you are back. We can hear there's no feedback this time. So listen, parents, I'm going to let them talk. I'm going to take myself off so I can focus on their screens and you can see them. I'm not gone. I'm just behind the scenes. I'm listening. I would return and proctor and whatnot. But I want to give you that platform between the two of you to talk to parents about what they need to do better for their kids and what they can do to support you to become even greater. Okay? I am in the background. As soon as you are done, I will be right back.
Okay. Thank you so much. Yeah. So before I would like to put this thing out there, we are, as part of our initiatives, is science, technology, engineering, and medicine. We feel that is a great way to empower young people. So we have the STEM initiative as part of VUTM, and we are actually launching it on the 1st of July in collaboration with the Junior Medical Academy in California. And the initiative will be having online classes for young people. Sorry, we'll be having online classes for young people, and it's free on STEM education. and it's on medical biotechnology. And the education is from the Brown University. That's where the educators are coming from. So we've been able to partner with the Junior Medical Academy in California, and they will be empowering young people in collaboration with Voices on the Mount to help provide science, technology, engineering, and medicine courses for young people for free. And we are looking at making it a fiscal initiative after the pandemic, where we'll be reaching out to orphanages and home shelters or something, and less privileged communities, and actually instituting the STEM initiative in yes, please, you can, like, we would need you very much. So that's what we'll be doing. That's basically what I'm saying. Yeah, so it's launching on the 1st of July, and then they'll be having online classes on Zoom, and then there'll be Google Book, and there'll be online books as well for young people, and it's for free. That's the main thing, it's for free. And the educators are from the Brown University. I know you've heard of the Brown University, which produced students like Emma Watson and John F. Kennedy Jr. And that's where the educators are coming from. And we're looking forward to use this to change the position of young people in Africa, to engage young people in STEM, to engage young people. You know, we want young people to be creating the technology and stuff like that. So I said it will be launching on 1st July, and it will be on Zoom. We will be sending out the information soon. It will be done 8:30 p.m., 8 o'clock to 9:30 p.m. Ghana time. And we actually have ambassadors in some parts of the United States and the United Kingdom, as well as South Africa, who will be getting young people on board. Now, Voices on the Mount is not only a movement based in Ghana. It's an international movement. We have chapters in the United Kingdom, South London, and then we have New York City, Bronx, and then we have South Africa, which is Western Cape. So those are where we are based right now, and we're based in the Western region as well. Isabel, I don't know if there's anything you want to add.
Okay. Um, about the STEM, okay. So most people would ask, why should I take part of it? Because maybe I'm a general art student or I'm a business student. All those business students, they need some form of, let me say, info on science and all those things. Because yeah, business students or general art students, all right. But you all have to get some idea, because it's all part of the education. And one thing I like about this is that it's free. It's free. So like it's something that we should all engage in.
Yeah, definitely. And someone was saying we should explain what the ambassadors of STEM do. Now, the ambassadors of STEM actually help build connections and partnerships with other institutions and educators that can help us. They also act as tutors, and they also empower parents to be put it on the platform. I know there are parents platforms that a lot of parents are on, so they can help spread the message. That's what the ambassadors do. Then help more and more young people get into the STEM. Now, when we talk about STEM, it's basically science, technology, engineering, and medicine. If you come to our parts of Africa, it's everywhere that the world is moving towards science and technology, and it's not only in Africa, but all around the world, and that's an undeniable fact. But we feel that this notion is actually causing a degradation to other aspects of education. Let's take the arts. So people are all, their minds are only on science and technology, and then even if you go to classrooms, they go like, don't go and do arts, go and do science, don't go and do arts, go and do technology and stuff like that. But we actually feel that you can do the arts and add the science, and that will actually make your work easier. So what is different from our STEM initiative is we also have STEAM inside. So it's science, technology, engineering, arts, and medicine. And then we're teaching young people on how they can merge the two, how they can merge both the sciences, both the medicine, both the technology and the arts together. I'm a general art student, and I would say that technology has actually really helped me in promoting this organization that I was doing. And if I didn't have knowledge on technology, I wouldn't have been able to do these things that I'm doing right now. And what I actually want to say about science and technology, that the world is moving towards science and technology, that's true. But you moving along with that new move doesn't necessarily mean going to do a science course. Okay, it's about the mindset. Have a mindset of a science, have a mindset of technology, and then make sure you are surrounding it with everything that you do. So I'm a general art student. but I do more of technology when I come to the house. I'm
I'm
trying
going
to.
to be helping out here a little bit. It's not about the subject. It is
Yeah,
about the skills. So I
exactly.
told you yesterday, in the year 2009, a school actually employed me in Manchester as a STEM coordinator. That was my job. My job was to make sure that we had STEM across the curriculum, that I would call the head of math and make sure that the math departments were pushing the STEM agenda, the science head of science, and I was always in people's faces, disturbing people. And the truth of the matter is what you see on this screen at the moment. The STEM skills are problem solving skills, and it doesn't matter what you do in this world. You need to be able to problem solve. STEM skills also operate around critical thinking, not accepting things for the sake of it, but actually questioning things, analyzing things, making sure that your thought is critical. Data analysis is the difference between success and not in the current lives we live. A lot of us, we get a lot of data, but we don't know what to make with the numbers. So we just let the numbers go. People don't understand. I mean, I come to Facebook and I do Facebook advocacy. And those who know me, some of you on here have dealt with me on a personal level. You know that I am somebody who deals a lot with analytics. Yesterday, I was talking to my husband. We have a website. And for some reason, the number of people who viewed our website multiplied by about 20 just yesterday. So my husband this morning, when I called him, I said to him, well, go back and have a look at the post we did yesterday. Go and check which one caused the spike. Because we need to know what kind of post it was so that we can do more of those posts, so that we can grow the website, we can grow the audience. But that knowledge will come from the numbers. If you don't look at the numbers, if you don't look at the charts, if you don't see the analytics, you will never know what caused your success and what caused your failure. And if you don't know what causes the success and failure, you will simply repeat the unhelpful things and you might not do enough of what works. That is the beauty of the STEM subjects and the STEM courses and the STEM skills. Adaptability, being able to respond to change in life because it changes all the time. It does. Technical proficiency. Whether you are speaking, you have to be a proficient speaker. You have to know how to connect to people. Whether you are using technology, you have to be proficient. You need to know the device in your hand. You need to know its capabilities. You need to be skilled enough to deploy those capabilities to your advantage. Otherwise, your phone is not smart. It is not a smartphone. It is a smart user who makes it smart. I can give you the best phone and you can sit behind it like an idiot. And somebody can have something which is not anywhere comparable to the kind of phone you have, but the person will do so much more with that phone because the person is technically proficient. It is those skills, and those are also called 21st century skills. So what was the STEM skills to start with are 21st century skills, and everybody who wants to live in the 21st century, anybody who wants to succeed in the 21st century, anybody who wants to do well, go and have a look. There are so many publications. You can go and have a look at the STEM skills. Go to Google, type in STEM skills. And if you understand that the STEM subjects are all about, you need me for my humor. You know, even the humor has its place. Sometimes when you are communicating, you've got to use humor. There are times when you have to bang your fist on the table to emphasize a point. There are times when you simply smile and you stare down the camera and your point is made. That's all part of technical proficiency. Technical proficiency. Knowing what to do and when to do it and how to do it is one of the greatest recipes towards being a successful person. And it comes from the STEM. It really does come from the STEM. Whether you are doing a science course or not, you are not the only people. It's not the science, technology, engineering, and math medical students who need to do STEM. STEM, they are skills for life that everybody. What the two of you are exhibiting are STEM skills. Coming on a platform to sit with all these adults you don't know, having the confidence to put your point across and do it so eloquently. Communicating intelligence is a STEM skill, by the way. Being able to work in a team is a STEM skill. Being able to work on your own, under your own supervision, is a STEM skill. And every single person who lives here on this planet in this century needs those skills. Parents really need to understand. So let's finish with advocacy. A lot of us are a bit selfish. We don't quite understand advocacy and why we need to stick our necks out and go chase the collective good. I made a video 2 days ago about race survival. My survival depends on you. If you are successful, I will earn respect. If you don't comport yourself to command respect, when people disrespect you and I look like you, they disrespect me by default too. And if somebody respects you by default, I will gain from that respect. Why, Isabel, you happen to be at the top, so I'll start with you on this one. Why should people be involved in advocacy, regardless of age? Why should we all become activists and advocates?
Okay. So as she said, if I benefit from it, we all benefit from it because we are all in the same society. And so all these things is what adds to our society. Because if I'm doing nothing and you are the only person doing something, you are the one going to benefit, and I'll be there and I'll be like, okay, you did this, all right. But if we all engage in it together, regardless of our age, then we are all benefiting.
Okay.
And as they say, age is just a number.
No, ask my hips. It's not a number. It's a painful hip at the moment. Your hips are not painful yet. So yes, age is a number and all that. Yeah, it's a state of the mind. It really is. Whether you feel old or you feel young, you feel empowered or you feel disenfranchised, it's in your mind. The minute you lose the battle in your mind, you've lost the battle physically too. You've lost the battle physically too. Oh, but let me come and visit you about that advocacy thing and activism. Incite us. Why should we all become advocates and activists?
Okay, so thank you so much, especially for that question. When it comes to advocacy or raising our voices, whenever I speak to young people, the main thing I always start with, if it happened to me, then it can happen to you as well. If it happened to this person, then the same thing can happen to you as well. The fact that you are not in the same position as the person doesn't mean you can't experience it. So when it comes to raising our voices, sometimes people think, oh, I'm not facing it. I'm not actually in the front line. So what is the need for me to get involved? But remember that if it has happened to the person, so can it happen to you. And my mom taught me this proverb that I've forgotten. She said that if you see fire burning on someone's beard or something,
yes, there were young. Yeah. That's the proverb. So we who say Eda wo yonko abodi semua. No sense you. Me cry there me sense you nsibi de ho. Me who say jawda wa abodi semua. Na makoto nsuom na me sweme. Me mpese jane to in the first place.
Exactly. So in as much as you're raising your voice for another person, you should know that you're actually working it out for your own self as well. That's the main thing we should understand when it comes to advocacy. And when it comes to young people engaging themselves in raising their voices, you should know that you're contributing to a future that is actually for yourself. You're contributing to a future that is actually for you. One passionate thing is climate injustice, and then raising our voices against climate change. You know that if sea levels rise, it will surely affect you. And then you may be going to the workplace one day, and then you don't know what will happen. Anything can happen as a result of climate injustice and its effects. So we should understand, as I said, like the main thing is that if it has happened to me, so can it happen to you? And as human beings, we have a heart that makes us understand a few things. And that heart must push us to actually work and make a difference.
It is very important. It is so important. We can't take that for granted. Yes, I know a lot of you are watching these kids on the screen and you are becoming fans of them. They are admirable young people. But I also want to draw a line underneath here. These people are admirable because they have been developed. Be clear about that one. They are able to speak the way they are because people have invested in them. a lot of time and a lot of effort. Their parents have actually facilitated a lot of things for them to become who they are becoming. And that's why you admire it. Every young person you invest in can also become like this. Every young person you grant a voice to can also speak. Any young person you champion and encourage can also grow. And it's really important that if you don't take anything from me today, you look at these two, you admire them, and you want them to do more, but you also want to try and facilitate that for your people and for all the young people you come in contact with. So let's remind people again. Obed, how do people get involved in helping you achieve your goals?
Okay, so one first thing is we need mentoring and guidance. Because in as much as we believe that we're young people who make a difference, we should also understand that there are people who came before us and there are people who understand the systems more than we do. So
Yeah.
we need guidance, we need assistance, we need mentoring from anyone who feels they can render their service or volunteer their ability to help develop us. And you should know that if you're developing us, you're not developing only us, but you're developing every young person. And we do not just represent the voices that we're using right now, but we're representing the voices of every young person, millions of young people around the world. And we know that this will obviously reach them. So one thing that we need mainly is mentoring and guidance. And we also need, as Isabel said earlier, we need understanding both from young people and the adults. And one thing I want to touch on is one that I'm very passionate about is if you're watching us today, don't actually tell your kid or your child to become like me. Don't tell your child to become like Isabel. Okay, thank you. So rather, try to find out what ability is in your child and then work on developing it. So don't force your children to speak like Isabel is speaking, to speak like Obed is speaking, or to do what we're doing. But try to find out.
Oh, right. Something's happened to Obed's internet.
Mhm.
Yeah, he will come back. Don't worry. Isabel, before he comes and whilst we are waiting for him, you take the stage and tell people what to do. What should they do?
Okay, so first of all, we need a change of mindset, both to the older generation and the youth ourselves. As I said before, some people think that why should I do this? It's not needed. We need to change our mindset and know that it all counts. Mhm.
So the mindset is where you win or you lose it.
Mhm.
Okay. Obed, you are back. I can see you are back. Can you hear us?
Yes, please, I can.
Excellent. You were making a point before you got cut off. Do you want to continue?
Yes. Yes, so I was actually almost finishing that we need to encourage our children to do the best of themselves and the best that they can. So to every parent who is on this platform, right from here, please try to speak to your children and know what they love, what they like to do best, and then try to encourage them to do it. And you would see the difference they'll be making, and it will actually surprise you and shock you of the things that they'll be coming up with. And also, one other thing that we need is support in any kind that you can do to back up the initiative. So, as I said earlier, I'll touch on some of the things that we do so that you would know what you can actually do. So, we do charity and philanthropy, and we help less privileged communities and kids. We're actually trying to help renovate a washroom for young people, but we've not planned it out yet. And then, since young people are going to school, soon, especially in Ghana, those in their final year, we are actually planning a project to help donate face masks to some of the less privileged schools who may not be able to make use of, will not be able to get some of these masks to protect or protective equipment to protect themselves. So that is one thing that we are working on, and we've been meeting to plan on it and how we can come up with it. So if you can help in any way, we would love to have you help us, especially with donating the protective equipment to young people who are going to school on the 22nd of June or July of June.
July. So you
Yes,
need
so donation.
right. What Obed is said,
Can
I
you
know
please
a
repeat that?
little bit of feedback again, but they are embarking on a project. And on that project, now in the current circumstances, personal protective equipment, you need it for everything. All right. If you go into public spaces, you need gloves, you need a mask, you need hand sanitizers in order to be able to organize events and to engage with people in any way, in a safe way. So yeah, that's necessary. When we finish, I will put out details of their organization and the things that we've got coming. Those of you who are interested in supporting them, you don't have to give them money. I don't think it's your money they want. They want your time. They want your skills. They want your expertise. They want your connections. They really do want to ride your network so that you can help them and connect them to your company directors, and they can speak to your company directors and solicit for whatever support they need. They need you to direct them to the youth organizations in the place you live so that they can connect with more youth organizations. They need you to connect them to your children's classmates and their parents. That gives them another network, powerful personal connection. And that's probably more important to me and to them than the money you can give. Money is great, but without the right connections and without the right associations, money can be meaningless sometimes. Money, a lot of us like throwing money at problems, but money doesn't really write it all. Money doesn't fix it all. What you can do with a phone call to somebody you know personally is definitely more valuable than what you can pay to access sometimes. Well, many times, in fact. You can link them up. Yeah, please, RS Components is a good one. Link them, please. Yeah, but do. You want to get contact with these young people, let me know. I will connect them. And you can start dealing with them. They are on Instagram. It's Voices of the Mount. Have I got it right, Obed? Voices of the Mount, right?
Voices on the Mount.
Voices on the Mount. Okay. Voices on the Mount. Check them out. They are, like most young people, they are more active on Instagram. The rest of us are dinosaurs. We are not on Instagram. We are on Facebook. So you will have to, I will help you connect with the dinosaurs on Facebook. Anytime you make a post to Instagram, send it to me and I will share it on Facebook so the dinosaurs can also see. Because a lot of us dinosaurs, we don't do this Instagram business of yours. I have an Instagram account. Mine is own business. Yes, Obed.
So we recently created a Facebook account. Someone alerted us that it's a good way to connect to people, and it's a very large community. Facebook page, sorry.
Yeah, Facebook is where we live. I'm sorry, sis. I am a dinosaur, and you are my classmate, so you are a dinosaur girl. You can avoid it if you want. You can accept it or not, but that is Voices on the Mount. Voices on the Mount. So yeah, you need to come to.
About the reason why we that name.
Go on, explain here.
Yes, I was saying on the reason why we chose to use Voices on the Mount. When we talk about a voice, people normally voice that when they have a reason to talk. And then voicing out represents an action. It's an action that people take for a specific reason. So when we say Voices on the Mount, it means we've placed our voice on top for people to hear. And then what we're doing is we're not waiting for you to come and raise the voice for us. We're not waiting or asking you to come and put the voice on the mountain for us. Rather, we're putting it on there for you to see and hear what we're doing. That's points the fact that we use this motto every time we meet, that be the change you desire, be the change you want to see. So we want our voices to be heard.
We've got a guest.
You can't just sit down and say
everyone.
That to be heard.
Hello, guest.
Hello.
You have to raise it.
Hi, everyone.
And, yeah. Hi.
Hello. Right. Let's welcome our guest. Let's find out who our guest is and why our guest wanted to join us. Hello, guests. Hi, Gideon.
Hello.
Okay.
How's everyone?
Everybody's
I'm
good.
good.
Yourself?
Very good.
Yeah.
How about you?
Yeah, I'm not gonna sorry to cut you off, but what you guys are doing is good, and I've been listening to it. And as you said, the parents, we really need to watch this to understand. And I think that they said all of it. The way they speak seems that they know what they're talking about. But what I really want to say is, because if our African parents, the majority, I won't say they are illiterate, but it's the way of life, the way we live. It's not the majority who understand what the kids are saying. As I forgot his name, the boy was saying, when the mom was sending him to school, even the friends was saying, you know what, I think you need to pull out your son from that school and everything. So I know people are here, and if any parents are here, they need to understand. It's not, it's as they say, it's not even, it's the case, but it's bigger than the case.
Yeah.
It's for the future. It's for the future for the country. It's for the future for the African continent, and it's for the future for the whole world. So if we really want to build our future, it's all depend on the case. Because in future, we're not going to be there. It's going to be them who's going to run the country. It's going to be them who's going to interact the rest of the world. So one thing I wanted to say is, two of them, I don't think if we got all the case who think the same as the way they're thinking, we will think maybe, you know what, we got somewhere. So what I will encourage them, they need to interact with the rest of the case. Yeah. As I said, not every parent will have money because the school fees, and because same parents understand education is the basic foundation you need to give it to your kids. So they will go wherever necessary they have to go through to do that. But same parents can do it. So I'm encouraging them to, even if it's social media, like what they come here, even if they're gonna get their own platform and start teaching their own group, making the group. It doesn't matter. It's gonna start in future. It's gonna bring thousands of cases who they can interact, they can share ideas. So even if the parents didn't understand, maybe from them it's gonna start from them, and it's gonna build, and maybe these kids gonna learn. And I think you were saying something about the future is technology.
Yeah.
So yes, so they can. So that's what we need to do. So the more even they go in a live, interact with these kids, even doing the school works online, meeting up, it brings. So all I want to say is thanks for what you're doing, and I'm gonna encourage the children, keep on doing what you're doing, even if it's a platform, open it, speak to your classmates, other children, teach them any ideas you got, and help, because the more you guys understand how the world is going, the more we're gonna build a better future. So that's my input I wanna put in.
That's amazing. Thank you so much. Yeah, he wanted to say that to you personally, and I'm so glad he's managed to come on to say that. I mean, it's important. I mean, I'm thinking, Obed, Facebook, this is my home. So if you need help with how to set up a Facebook page, how to optimize the pages, and how to grow, that one I can help you with. Instagram, not my yard. Yaba says she's the queen of Instagram. Yaba, I got you a job. If you are the queen of Instagram, then you give their organization a shout out and ask everybody on your Instagram contacts to go follow their pages. As I did at the beginning of the show, I had my 2 kids on before they lost access. And I wanted my kids to meet them. I already had my kids speak to Obed last night. I wanted my kids to support what they do and to put manpower behind what we say. So before we even got here, I got them talking. I got them connecting with each other. I've got them thinking about how they can liaise together. And it's what we do moving from the show. It's a great show, but it means nothing if we don't act. They are beautiful kids. I am not bringing them for your entertainment. That wasn't the point. The point is that you've met these two and it galvanizes you to try and create the connections. If you know somebody they should meet, you should pass on that detail to them. If you know something they should know, you've got to pass it on to them. If you can be mentors, because they do need mentors. If you can be mentors, or you know people who should be mentors, you should make that connection and facilitate it happening. Share their videos. Ask your kids to talk to their classmates and their teachers, because these people also know another set of people these young people might not know. And by facilitating and availing your connections, you allow them to grow. if you know of youth
Yeah.
organizations, or even if you know sources of funding who might want to adopt a young organization like that and fund them and grow them and support them, then it's still your job, your responsibility to make sure that what you know is put at their disposal. That is how we become responsible adults. It's not just
Yeah.
enjoying and admiring. That's anybody can do. But if you want to be responsible adults who support the dream of the young people, then you have to take action, palpable action to actually support. Yes,
Uh,
yeah,
no-
talk.
can
Go
I
on, of
say one thing?
course you can.
Yeah. Sorry to cut you off. That's what you were saying, because obviously I'm in UK at the moment, but I do go Instagram because I got me and my friends, we do talk show, a lot of different types of talk show, and I accidentally come across one Instagram, and I tap on it, and it was a young guy from Ghana, and he was rapping because Instagram doing that. So I was listening to it, and I said, you know what? I know he's not that good, but I can see the way he rapping, the the motivation, the way what it things you want to do. So that's what you just said. I say, you know what? I can't resist this. I have to say something. I have to do something. So
Yeah.
what I did, I just give the guy a phone call. I think what I did, I message him and I say, you know what? Everything you're doing is really good. Keep on doing what you're doing and everything. So he messaged back and said, yeah, thanks, I appreciate that. So I end up I end up calling him on video call on Instagram. So I said, listen, this is what you're doing. I know what you're doing, and I can see when you speaking or when you singing or when you rapping, I see your face, and it seems like you really want to do this. So what's your plans? What do you want to do? So I end up speaking to him. So what I did, I said, okay, obviously we speak about at the moment. He said, yeah, he's at university at the moment. So he said his mom said he needs to study first. So I say, you know what? Your mom is right. You need to study because you're gonna need education. Doesn't matter what you need. So you need that. So I don't want to go too far, but as what you were saying, that reminds me. So it's as you said, it's not about even sitting here watching. Me, a lot of things happen because obviously most of the time I'm not in Ghana. So I see the both world. I see the kids around here. I see how they get opportunities and how things work. And I see how African kids get opportunities and how the things work. But as you said, and what I realized, a long run, no one is gonna do for us. And if we really, really want something to happen, we have to start from somewhere. And that's to me, that's why I see this platform is a positive thing. That's why I'm here talking.
Absolutely.
So because one of my friends say, yeah, I know you're not gonna change the world, Gideon. I know you're not gonna change it. And I know if a lot of things, maybe even what we doing, what he said to me, even what we doing, maybe we gonna die, and it's gonna be generation from generation until maybe what we try to do is gonna be something bigger. But we have to do it. We have to start from somewhere. It might be one person today listen exactly what we try to say and understand it. You know what? I think we need to build our future. We need to build our case. We need to start understanding what the world is going. At least if it's one person and that person spread it out. As you said, when I come out from this platform, if I know any children, anyone, spread it out, let them know what's going on. They go if I got their platform, any case I know, I make sure I send it around. If, as she said, it might be bigger than that. Maybe they need funding, they need project. But to me, this is just the beginning. That's why I see it.
Yeah. So those of you in the UK and looking for a contact, Shirley Abidibuafo from the Mother Organization is a good contact. She is the reason why I discovered these young people anyway. So get in touch with Auntie Shirley, talk to Auntie Shirley so that it's a coherent support, not just people pulling them in all these directions. So yeah, go to Auntie Shirley, those of you in Europe and in North America, UK in particular, deal with Auntie Shirley. Those of you who are in my gang and prefer to come through me, that's fine as well. But if you have a variety of contact points, then it makes life easier. So Aunt Shirley Abindikwafo is her name. Do get in touch if you want to reach Aunt Shirley and need contact details as well. Let me know, and I will pass that on to you.
Shirley. Okay.
You don't think children are shy? Yeah, yaps, we will talk. So, guys, I have kept you longer than I intended. I've kept them almost 2 hours, and I only asked for one. I know your moms. Tell your mom I owe them data.
They must be hungry by now.
Yeah. I got really excited. I forgot the timekeep, and I've kept them much longer. I hope that I would get them in another couple of weeks or so, once we've all thought about how we can help them and what strategies we can put together to help the organization and to help them to become more impactful. I will call you again. Obed, when you finish, please send me Isabel's contact as well. If there are any others in the group who want to make the connection, pass them my details. I would love to talk to them. I would love to connect. And yes, let me go and think. Let me ponder on a few things. Once I've actually got a strategy, I will be in touch and we will see if I can be useful in a more meaningful way. And that's what I'm calling everybody else to do. If they need funding, and this is one of the things I'm beginning to do with you guys. So I've been talking to you guys about Patreon. I want you to be my patrons. I want you to go on and put a $5 in for me every month, £10 in for me every month in the silver level, £25 in for the gold level. And these things will fund initiatives that I discover and I believe in as well. I am running the Ola project, but it's not the only one. When I manage to raise funds, you can put funds in other people's initiatives as well. And yes, £5 from each person doesn't kill anybody. But £5 from 1,000 people becomes £5,000, and that's a significant amount. If I asked one person to give me £5,000, it's going to be a challenge. But anybody watching, any adult watching, can do £5. It doesn't kill to give £5, but it can change life completely. That £5 when you learn to put it all together. So those of you who haven't come across it, this is my channel. It's patreon.com/Amamanson. And I've made it such that when you go on Patreon, you can see exactly how much I've raised. It tells you. My running total is right there. I think at the moment it's like £140. And when you go on there, you can see what I'm raising. I want it to be publicly accountable. I want you guys to see what goes in. And when I do projects, you will see them. When I haven't raised anything as well, you will also see. So I had the option to make the amount private or to make it public. And there is nothing to hide. So I've made it public. You can all see my running total. You can see what comes in. But do go and check it out. Select one of those things and support and donate. Yes, we do need to buy equipment, but that's not the only thing. We need to buy knowledge. I need to be able to get these kids in public speaking courses. We need to get them in governance courses. We need to teach them project management. These things are not free. They are not cheap. Even the Zooms and the applications they are going to use to deliver training, those things are subscription-based services. They are not free. I'm talking to you on StreamYard. That's not free. And the time it takes, sometimes, I mean, being able to do some of these things mean that they miss schoolwork. They might have to have tutors in to try and bridge that gap so they don't fall behind from school. It has to be a coherent approach. The money is not just for the equipment. The money is for an awful lot of things. And as a community, we need to learn crowdfunding. £5 from every person will never kill anybody. £5 from 1,000 people for change. Big difference. So every little helps indeed. Every little helps. Every one of you has something that can help the organization moving things forward for the future. And I am so glad and so grateful that you guys have been here, that you guys have watched. Obed, let me come to you for your final words. What would you say? Can you hear me, my dear? Yeah, can you give us your final submission, your very final words, so we can wrap up and let you have lunch?
First of all, I almost forgot. I would like to thank Auntie Shirley for the awesome support she's been giving to us. I have never met someone as supportive who is not so much of your family member as Auntie Shirley. Like, I don't know. She has supported us so much. We usually hold events on Zoom. And when we're starting, we didn't know much about how to manage the events. I don't know, but she spent her time more than 2 hours, like with us on the platform, telling us what we're supposed to do, training us. She's like, "You guys, don't worry, you're okay. You will do well." Like, she, thank you so much, Auntie Sally, like for the connections, for the tutoring, for the mentoring. She comes sometimes to speak to us, and whenever she's in Ghana, I don't know. Once I was going to Accra, and then I texted Auntie Shirley that I'm already in Accra, and then she was like, "Okay, I'm also in Accra, so I'll meet you." And I was like, "How? Like, just is like, I haven't met anyone. I haven't met anyone. She stopped everything she's doing just to come and meet me in Accra." And I don't know. Like, her support is so much. Thank you so much, Auntie Shirley. And we would also like to share our Instagram account, which is VOTM1. VOTM1. That is our Instagram account.
Wait,
VOTM1.
slow down. Voice, voices on the Mount VOTM1.
Yeah, VOTM1. That's our Instagram account name.
VOTM1. Okay.
Slow down, okay? Some of us, we do dinosaur typing.
So some of us are old, you know.
Well, people are typing. I am willing to admit.
Where's the V? What is it again?
It's on the screen.
Oh yeah, I got it.
Yeah. Okay. So that's the Instagram.
And we recently, that was I think yesterday, created a Facebook account, a Facebook page, which is also VOTM.
Okay.
There's no one. It's just VOTM.
You can send me the Facebook one. I will shoot it on mine and ask you so people can at least and share your that's amazing. Thank you, Obed. I think you are a fantastic young man. You give me a lot of hope for the future of our country and of our race. And I am so proud to have come across you.
Thank you.
Give me your final word.
Okay, I'd like to say to my friends, my girls out there, that we all have something in us that we haven't discovered yet. We shouldn't feel shy or afraid to bring it out because it all counts. We're doing it together. And I would like to say thank you to my parents because when I told them I want to be, she was like, all right, sure. She didn't even ask me what are you. The once I said, oh, I'm in this organization, my friend, she was like, go for it. You trust in me. So to parents out there, to have faith in your children that they can do whatever they set their eyes onto.
Amazing. It's very inspirational. I am very enthused. Again, I am so glad. Auntie Shirley, thank you so much for signposting me towards these. It's giving me an awful lot of hope. Gideon, let me come to you and take your final submission.
Okay, my final word is let's keep on doing what we're doing and let's spread the word. So guys, whatever you guys doing, keep on doing it and don't let anyone, when I mean anyone, I mean negative, to bring you down or somebody try. Just keep on doing what you do and try to, especially, I know what I need to do, but you guys try as much as possible at your own age group and spread the word to them. Spread the word, because when they come, when they will understand you. We will try and do our best, but for you guys, you are around there, you guys can spread the word. So keep on doing what you're doing, and everybody on the platform, I hope everybody get the message. If you haven't got the message, go on the page and get the details, and seriously, let's get together and do something positive for our future leaders.